As now the stat out there's always some stat that is out there that always goes against the Rangers. I don't know where this stuff emanates from. I'm just assuming that it emanates from Toronto. They hate us up there. They can't stand the Rangers' success. Now the latest thing is, Tampa's 17-0 coming off of a loss.
Oh.
So it was like, you can't win in Carolina. You can't come back from 3-1. You can't come back from 3-2. You can't do this. You can't do that. And I'm getting sick of it. I really am getting sick of it. So now the stat is, the great Tampa Bay Lightning are 17-0 after a loss at the playoffs, blah, blah, blah. Shut up. I can't take it anymore. So here we go. Now, the little engine that could, which would be known as the New York Rangers, who scored 6 goals in Game 1, are going to be ready to rock and roll tonight. The Garden's going to be absolutely insane. A Friday night, Game 2, Eastern Conference Finals. It's going to be great. I'm already feeling it.
Good.
Now, we're 14 hours away from it, G, and I told you on Wednesday, I said I felt it when I woke up. Mm-hmm. And I woke up this morning at 2:30 because then I'm an idiot. The alarm went off at 2:30 for some reason. Not the normal 4:15. It was the 2:30 alarm clock. I must have hit a wrong button or something somewhere along the line. So you have to forgive me if the first half hour here, it's going to take me a while to kind of ease into this program and get it going. But I'm a little sick and tired of hearing about that stat, what the Rangers can't do, and how great this team is and how great that team is. Shut the F up.
I'm
sick of it. I'm sick of it already. Secondly, I had to stay up and watch because Jameson Taillon's going for a
perfect game. Yeah, I know.
And it was great because the fans were into it. You could hear them. And I think Big Head basically was talking about how the fans were hanging on every pitch there.
Well,
in the 6th and 7th inning.
Well, especially in the 7th when he had to go through Ohtani and Trout.
And he did a great job.
And he did. And then, of course, gives up a hit for the first batter in the top of the 8th.
But really, more importantly, the Yankees, sweep a doubleheader for the Angels. And, that's like one of those things like this don't happen. In a way that it did happen, getting down by 1 run late in the game and then coming back, and Andujar in the middle of it, Rizzo in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Those are the special moments, in a season that you remember and you reflect back on. You say, you know what? That's a winning season. That's a championship-style season. Now, the Mets have had that going on. We've had a number of already memorable games, and unfortunately last night was not one of them. But we are in the midst of that little schedule run that we were talking about. So what happened last night? They lost 2-0.
Yep.
Lindor didn't play, hurt his finger in the door. And but the Braves did win. So so now we go from 10.5 to 9.5. And I'm not panicking over it.
Well, I'm
just trying to make a point over these next 24 games.
That they could chip away.
Let's see what happens when we come back from, the West Coast trip after 10 games, where the Braves are. I'm not worried about the Phillies. I'm not worried about the Marlins. I'm not worried about the Nationals, of course. It really comes down to the Braves and whether or not they get their act together here in June.
Yeah, I'm not going to look at the standings right now and start to freak out either. This was a situation where this guy who's got like the best ERA in baseball, Tony Gonsolin, shut down a lineup that was without its hottest hitter because of the stupid door thing. Now, I guess I believe the Mets. Anytime you hear some of these freak accidents, I guess I believe them that he got his finger caught in the door. But, of course, I'm always going to be cynical about these things. It just seems like impossible. Like, what is going on where you get your finger caught in in all the years that you've watched baseball from being a little kid, have you ever heard that with all the road trips that they've gone on in your lifetime? Someone getting in any sport, for that matter, their finger getting caught in a hotel room door? That's never happened to anybody.
I remember a couple things when it comes to fingers. One, a center screwing up and snapping the ball the wrong way and jamming your finger.
Okay, well, that's during the course of the game.
Right. Or practice. It could happen in practice. Guy's screwing around and, doesn't get the ball to where he needs to get it to. Mm-hmm. There are times where you throw the ball and you hit your finger on a helmet.
Okay.
Or you're running the ball and you get your finger caught in the face mask of the opposing player, and then that jams your finger. And there are times where you get hit on the back of the hand, and it hurt, and your hand gets swollen, and then you got to put your hand underneath the center, and then every time he snaps the ball, it hurts.
It hurts like hell. I mean, these are all things that happen.
They happen.
The course of the game, or the course of playing the game in practice, whatever.
Right. I almost had my back broken when Remington took me and slammed me down on the bed in the hotel room.
Yeah. So he was messing around. Okay.
Well, I jumped on his back, and then he went into his like ninja style wrestling moves, and next thing I know, he's got me in some headlock and body lock, and I'm like, Biggs, if you break my back, we don't have a quarterback.
Yeah.
And he finally let me go, and he said, well, stop jumping on my back. So, so that happened. But, these things, I mean, they happen. I mean, I don't know what you're going to do. It's just, it's an everyday potential accident that happens to all of us. Even Al Dukes, every now and again, will get his hand caught in a door somewhere along the line, and then you realize just how stupid you are when it does happen.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I've never really gotten my hand caught in a door.
You have.
I have not.
Yeah, you have.
No, I haven't. I won't tell you if I did.
Listen,
Al, did you get your hand caught in the door before? Like, is this like a normal thing?
I have gotten my fingers slammed in the door before.
In a regular door?
Yeah.
Not like a car door.
Well, my home door.
You've never gotten your fingers caught like in a closet door or a... maybe an oven door. There's all sorts of doors. I mean, and there's a lot of different ways you can get your fingers caught in one of those things.
How about the Steve Cohen tweet? Like I've said this before about Steve Cohen. He is so rich and he's got so many people around him that want to impress him and stay on his good side that he has no idea what is a good joke or not. Because everything that he probably says, people give him a courtesy laugh.
Well, he's also in his 60s, like I am.
Yeah.
And he probably has a few dad jokes that he finds to be pretty funny.
But you know how, like,
and then everybody around him, laughs at him. Yeah.
You know how we joke around, like, when the media will ask an athlete something and they'll say something that's not funny, or a coach, and then the media just, like, does that fake laugh afterwards. Like
when Giannis is telling one of his jokes.
Yeah, because it's like a big superstar in front of him that's looking for a reaction.
Yeah.
This is what's happening with Steve Cohen and Twitter. I mean, he has these terrible jokes, and he did with if you missed it last night, he goes, Lindor, Lin-Door, got hurt in a door. Ironic. Yeah, right.
Funny.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Just keep spending money. Don't worry about it. Figure it out.
I know. Just stay off of Twitter.
No,
I want him to be in the shadows. I don't want him to be around on Twitter.
Why?
Because I don't want. Because it's just when he comes out and he tweets stuff out like that, it annoys me. I don't know.
Right.
I just want him to sit there, spend the money, be like the recluse that he used to be.
Yeah.
And then not be bopping out giving dad jokes on Twitter when your best player for the last month that hurts himself in a hotel room door.
So, I had a nice day yesterday.
You did?
I did. Very
That's
nice
good.
day.
I'm happy for you.
Went to go play golf.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Nice.
You were invited, but I didn't think you were ready for it yet.
I was invited?
Yeah, you were invited, but, like a lot of people now are starting to invite you with me.
Oh.
And I'm trying to keep
These invites are not making it to me.
Yeah, I know they're not because I don't think that you're ready yet.
Okay.
So yesterday, Greg Buttle, former Jet linebacker, great dude, maniac. He's a maniac on the field. He's a maniac off the field, and he's America's guest. Wherever he can play golf, he's there playing golf.
Saw him at when I went with the Winners Brothers crew. I went up to him. He was doing his post-game show from inside the little club area with Dan Grassa. Went over and said hello to him.
I used to chirp him back and forth over the line of scrimmage, and he used to yell at Marty Lyons, "Hey, Marty, why are you listening to him? He's so slow," and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
But anyway, Greg's a great guy, and he had a surprise kind of celebrity, quasi-celebrity golf tournament to raise money for Marty Lyons Foundation. And Marty had no idea that this was happening.
Really?
Yeah, so he threw like a little surprise party. Every now and then, Greg likes to get on your good side.
Gotcha.
He's on your bad side probably 3/4 of the year, and then all of a sudden he does something like this, and you're like, oh, wow, he's a pretty
good guy, actually.
Yeah, he's pretty funny and all that stuff. But anyway, so I was at this golf tournament yesterday, and it was at Glen Head Country Club, which I hadn't played like in 15 years. And it's a beautiful place. It's up in Glen Cove.
Oh, I'm sure.
You did get the invite. Greg did invite you, and I was like, Gio's not ready for this kind of stuff yet.
Yeah.
But here's the interesting
I'm sure there were some terrible golfers there, no?
Not in my group. I had a group of really, really. They were good guys, but I mean, most of them were board members for Glen Head.
Yeah. Oh,
okay. So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So I'm playing reasonably well. We start the thing, and I'm like even after 4, I believe it was.
Nice. Yeah, you're doing well.
I think it was even after 4, maybe even after 3 or 5. Well, no, it was even after 4. But what happened was I was even after 3, and I had like missed 2 or 3 birdie putts.
Frustrating.
Right. So then all of a sudden, I will only say his first name. I will not say his last name. His name's Eric.
Okay.
And Eric says to the group, "Oh, now we're going to be playing the black tees." And I'm like, so now we're at a par 3. And normally the par 3 would have been about 185, 186, which would have been nice, easy, smooth. 6-iron, boom, put it on, putt, and I would have a really great round of golf going.
Yeah.
But now he wants to move it back. And now it's like 225. And I got to take out my 4-iron, and I got to try to whack it up there.
Yeah.
And, of course, I come up short, and I think he's giggling with his friends. And then I put it up on the green, and I end up with a 2-foot putt. Did any of the guys in the group give me the putt as the celebrity and the guy that's taking his day off and going out there to help Marty Lyons and Greg Buttle?
Absolutely not.
I've never seen anything like it.
Wow.
Honestly, I've never seen anything like it. Wow. I was really troubled over that.
You were troubled.
But no, I made the putt. So
yeah.
It
Okay.
matter.
Good. Good.
But you would think,
yeah,
that the board members would be somewhat
understanding
and understanding.
Right.
So I realized that I was in for it then.
At that point they were just there to make your life miserable.
Then we got lightninged out.
I was going to ask you
after about 16 holes.
Yeah, I was going to say you had to get caught on something.
I hit a drive on 16. I think it was the best drive of the day. And the next thing you know, the siren goes off.
That always happens.
It always happens like that. But we had a great day yesterday. It was a lot of fun. And I just want to say thanks to Greg Buttle for doing that for his friend Marty Lyons. That was really cool. And it was a great golf course. I really loved it. And unfortunately, those guys did not give me the putt. I had to make the putt.
Yeah.
And then I had to deal with the rest of the nonsense. The
rest of the nonsense.
Yeah, there's a little edginess going on from that point on.
So when do you think I will be ready for stuff like this? Like the fall?
I told you after 10 lessons.
10 full lessons?
I told you I am paying for the lessons.
I know. I got another one on Monday. How do you want to handle that?
Well, you just tell me and I'll Venmo the guy.
Well, but I got to pay when I get there,
So I'll Venmo you.
All right, just making sure.
I mean, I'll tell you what. I don't know what the lessons cost, and I'm not going to ask you because I don't really care.
It's reasonable.
I will be more than happy to Venmo you all of the money.
Oh, okay.
So this way you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, they're $4,000 a lesson. Actually, it's what it is. So if the 10 lessons would be perfect.
So you were invited to about 3 of these things.
Well, the next that's very nice. I mean, the next tournament I'm playing in is the 2 local restaurants in town. They have a Ryder Cup, and I'm on the Portly Villager team. It was the Portly Villager versus Sayville Inn. I'm the Portly Villager team, and I'm going up against Tom Westman, the man who won Survivor from Sayville.
Oh, yes. Okay,
who
good.
apparently is a horrendous golfer. So they stuck the 2 of us together.
Oh, well, see, you guys can jam up the whole thing then.
No. We play fast. He plays fast. I talk to him about it. I play fast. I don't care. I don't want to jam anybody up. Right. Pick up the ball, move on, whatever. 2-man scramble.
So fast, man.
We got partners that know how to play, so we'll just be keeping it moving.
Keep it moving. And you know, I'm all about keeping it moving. You know that, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah, absolutely. As opposed to the guys you were playing, Vinny the Taylor and Doug Wells, and Janelle, and those guys.
Yeah, I mean, they invited you.
Yeah.
Too, and I was like, he's not ready for you guys yet because he's even slower than you guys.
I'm not. I'm telling you, I am conscious. I'm terrible, but I'm conscious of keeping it moving. That's the thing. I don't want. Ask Jerry. We finished that round in 3.5 hours.
Yeah, that maniac Kentucky Fried Chicken eating Greg Buttle invited you for this yesterday.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
You got invited to Lee Einsiedler's deal.
Yeah, why did you reject me on that one?
Because you're not ready. You're just not ready.
I kind of wanted to go to that one. I don't know. I think I'm more ready than what you saw. I'm much better.
And Lee is like all over me.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, he's not ready yet. I mean, it's okay. He will become ready and he will get ready. He just needs about 10 lessons.
Yeah, no, I'll get there. Don't worry, I'll get there. I'm already ahead of the game.
All right, but we had an agreement, so
okay.
I want to keep to that agreement.
All right, perfect.
So thanks to Marty and to Greg yesterday, and seeing Garth Snow out there bringing all the lot of ex-Islanders, and of course Matty Martz was there yesterday.
Oh, great!
What a
day!
It looks like he's relaxing now that they're not in the playoffs, and the Rangers are in the playoffs. I think there's a little disgust in regards to some Islander fans out there. I'm like, you know what, guys? Just relax. Just everybody calm down.
Well, I mean, that's the way you want it to be, right? Don't you want that?
Yeah, I was like, Islander fans trying to insult me yesterday too, but that's another thing.
Well, they can't say anything right now. just like you couldn't say anything to them last year at this time.
Well, they were asking me yesterday, were you rooting for the Islanders? I said, I was rooting for my son-in-law, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, Gunner's wedding, he scores a game winner against Tampa. And, he wasn't at the wedding. I thought that was a little bit more important than that game, by the way.
Yeah, sure.
But anyway, so I was rooting for Matt, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just, I'm not rooting for the Islanders. It's just they can't, for some reason, people can't get that through their thick skulls.
All right. It is Boomer and Gio on the Fan and CBS Sports Network.